This is the Rollie Massimino Show with Rollie Massimino, coach of the national champion Villanova Wildcats.
Big ball game tonight. Come on. Move. Stick the ball in the goal. Move. Shot.
If this is what Rollie Massimino is going through on the outside, you can guess what's happening inside. So if a big game follows a big meal, he reaches for relief, Rolaids, and acid. For millions, nothing, absolutely nothing works better for heartburn and acid indigestion. And Rollie can keep up his buttoned-down image. Get relief. You know how to spell it.
Most of you here today, especially the staff and students, should know our next honoree since he's here just about every day on campus. Rollie Massimino, head coach of Northwood University's men's basketball team, is recognized as one of the best coaches and motivators in college basketball. He began his career in 1956 after graduating from the University of Vermont, where he played basketball, varsity basketball, for 3 years. His collegiate coaching career began in 1969 at State University of New York, Stony Brook, in Long Island, New York. He hit the pinnacle of collegiate coaching on April 1, 1985, when he led the Villanova Wildcats to one of the greatest upsets ever in an NCAA tournament championship game with a victory over Georgetown University, 66-64. His family style of coaching has proven to be incredibly effective, as he's compiled an astonishing list of coaching accolades over the course of his entire career. Please welcome the head coach of Northwood University's men's basketball team.
Thank you very much, and thank you for this wonderful honor. Steve, you kind of took my speech away.
I'm sorry, sir.
But it's exactly what life is all about. Because my motto is, when adversity strikes, the true guy comes out. And every one of our players over the years, when they come back and visit, they say to me, Coach, you are absolutely correct. You know, I've been around young people for over 60 years. I don't look that old, but it's over 60 years. And I've concluded that just because you participated, competed, and competed and socialized this global free society, you are certainly candidates of greatness. 10 years ago, I received a call from Northwood University to come down and start a program here in West Palm Beach, Florida. I really was just about semi-retired and thought, let me just go and see what it's all about, because quite frankly, I missed all you guys. I miss not being around young people, having some fun and joking, and also having the opportunity to see kids grow. And all of a sudden, okay, I said I'd come and help begin the program, but that would be it. Well, 5 months later, I was the basketball coach here at Northwood for a lot of reasons. I loved the area, I loved the administration, I loved what it was all about to be a part of this great, great, great institution. Years ago, I was going through an airport and found a magazine called Success. And in there was a little excerpt that said, "The thought of being mediocre scares me." Now I thought, when I looked at that, God, that means I'm not going to make it to the goal I really want to become. But all of a sudden, I've used that little excerpt to grow into the career that we've had over the years. I think, as I look back, Steve talks about failure. It took, when we were at Villanova, 5 years to make to the Elite Eight. It took 12 years to win the national championship. And we had a lot of alumni being very upset. But that's what it's all about. You have to be able to respond and be able to understand that you want to be the best you can be. Now, today, money means so much to you young people, okay? And you have to remember, that's not maybe where your ultimate goal will be. You have to remember that you have to think about the future, because that's where you're going to spend the rest of your life. That's where you're going to spend. But I and my wife and 5 children, okay, went through a series of letdowns. But all of a sudden, okay, we've had the opportunity once again to begin a wonderful journey or travel to all the places I've been. I started in high school, all right, making $3,600 a year. 7 years later, I made $6,600 a year. All right, then I received a phone call from Lexington, Massachusetts. I didn't want to go because we were in a state championship game, and I didn't want to leave my mom and dad. And all of a sudden, they fly us up, and they say, what does it take? 9,000. Now I'm 66 to 9,000. I go from 9,000 to 19,000 in 7 years. After 7 years, the Harvard University job opens up. And I wanted a part of an Ivy League basketball coaching situation. Needless to say, I didn't get it. Was one of 3. And all of a sudden, Stony Brook University calls and says, we want to interview you because you were one of the finalists for the Harvard University job. I said, okay. I went down to Long Island and I said, well, what are you going to do? I'll accept the position, but how much will you pay? $14,000. Now I went from 19 to 14 with a wife and 5 children, and what did I have to do? I had to respond. I had to decide where I wanted to go. Now I couldn't go to Villanova, okay, or to most major schools, all right, from Stony Brook University. So what did we do? Chuck Daly, the great Olympic coach, all right, received a job at the University of Pennsylvania, the Ivy League school. And all of a sudden he says, meet me in Newark Airport, Rollie. I met him in Newark Airport and he said, I want you to be my assistant. Now after 15 or 16 years, I now go from a head coach to an assistant coach. And you have to understand, you have to go from here to there and maybe drop down. Well, I asked Chuck, what are you going to pay me to go to Penn? I can't survive. He said, we're only going to pay you $13,000. So now I go from 19 again at Stony Brook back to $13,000. But you know what? It was the best move I ever made, okay? And then from there, 2 years with Chuck, I go to Villanova. He didn't even know that I was being interviewed because it happened in 1 hour. I went down to Philadelphia and said, I'll take the job. How much you gonna pay me? $17,000. So again, being an assistant coach to now being, okay, a head coach at a major university, you went to 17. So what does that mean, youngsters? You have to be happy in what you do. You have to take a chance. You have to take a chance. Just like when adversity strikes, the true guy comes out, you have to be able to handle that. Because it is so important that every 7 years, I sit down and examine what I would like to do. Am I going on the right track? Because an athletic director at a major school came to me one day and said, Coach, every 7 years, like the statute of limitations, this is what you have to do. I say, okay. He said, because I've been married for 14 years, on my way to 16, all right? And all of a sudden, I've given my wife two rings. Every 7 years, she gets a new diamond ring. Now, at the 16th year, I haven't decided why I want to keep her. So he dumps her, and he doesn't get the 3rd ring, all right? So what you have to understand, it's all about what you believe in, what you would really love to have. And I'll finalize this whole thing because I see you guys every day, and it's so important for me to say hello and get involved with you kids. But 20 years after, all right, after I go to Villanova, I go and take the UNLV job. Las Vegas, here we go. Well, I only stayed there for 2 years. Couldn't stand it, all right? But the first order of business I went to was a charity event called the Academy of Achievement, where 400 valedictorians, high school valedictorians, were shipped to Las Vegas and were asked to come and listen to this Academy of Achievement. People like Dr. J, Clayton Powell, Colin Powell, I'm sorry, Dolly Parton, okay, Oprah Winfrey, they all were there, and a host of others. And the ultimate decision that was made and message to those kids was take a chance. And as you grow, take a chance, because you're still young, you still can decide what you want to do, but take a chance, and when adversity strikes, you'll come out and do the best you can be. God bless you, and thank you so much for having me.
Basketball fans know that a player's feet can tell you how good he is. That's the key to his speed and quickness. But a player's feet can also tell you how smart he is by the basketball shoes he wears. If he's smart enough to go to Villanova, he's smart enough to wear these. Puma Sky LX, built and designed for control, stability, and performance. And of course, winning. Pumas. Check out a pair where you buy athletic shoes.
Especially by Villanova, because they know that Len Bias is a tough guy to guard one-on-one. When they are in the man-to-man, look for Harold Presley to be on him.
Villanova in white, Maryland in red. You may notice that it appears rather dark, and they have some problems here with the lighting that they're working on correcting. The first game in this new facility. Bias jumps with Presley, and out of there is West, the freshman, out of Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Villanova having some bad breaks on the inside. Now it's spreading throughout the team.
On the road again, Coach?
Home game tonight.
Can we talk about car insurance?
Sure.
Your agency is?
H.A. Thompson Insurance.
Why an independent? Better policy options?
That's one reason.
Multiple driver discounts.
5 more reasons.
And for a sizable agency, they still treat you like family.
That's my favorite reason.
And because your agent keeps track of your record on the road?
Not only that, he comes to all our home games.
Come on along, the insurance you can count on.
To pick up any of what Massimino is saying. You talk about Rollie Massimino. He's got the national championship of a year ago. Louisville polishes off UCLA. He had the offer from the Nets to go to the NBA. Almost took it, reconsidered at the last moment. But as our statistician Steve Horn points out, perhaps the most impressive statistic when you talk about Massimino, he's had 38 seniors in his years as the head coach at Villanova. Every one of them has graduated.
Well, that's a key statistic right there, and that is not something that's prominent in college basketball. Very glad to see that, because education is so important. Villanova called another timeout. He didn't feel like his team was ready for it, so he's designing that play. They have one timeout left, as you see there on your screen. Maryland with 2 timeouts to go in this ball game. Don't be surprised, Bob, if he calls another timeout when they get around 10 to 12 seconds to come over one more time to draw up that final play. I'm sure they'll try to work for the final shot.
Maryland at 11-8, and many of their losses have been bitter. Duke beat them twice. One of those games very close. Close losses to Georgia Tech and North Carolina. And now, under very difficult circumstances, to come in against a good, not great, but good Villanova team, breaking in this new building, 6,500, maybe more with standing room, roaring and cheering throughout. Maryland has acquitted itself well.
I don't think you can ask for any any better game than we've seen so far. 23 seconds to go, a lot could happen. But Maryland just has not had luck winning the close ball games.
Life's full of compromises, but not in my game. On the court, you can still give 100%. The Windsor Shirt Company is like that. You can't believe how much you're getting and how little you're paying. 50% less than department stores. Windsor refuses to compromise on style, on selection, or quality. Why not be the best? Everybody loves a Windsor.
Villanova breaks its huddle. Jensen is going to inbound. Wilson is with him and Wilbur. Lansky and Presley, essentially a three-guard offense. Baxter is back in for the Terrapins. And he'll contest the inbound throw from Jensen.
It'll be interesting to see what defense Maryland plays right now. Looks like they're in the man-to-man. They'll pressure, try to force the turnover, but they do not want to foul in this situation.
15 seconds as you see. Presley wastes no time. A terrible game for him, but that may be all anyone will remember. Here's Johnson hustling back. 4 seconds, knocked out of bounds, and to Villanova. Maryland touched it last.
Well, I'm very surprised Maryland did not call a timeout on that play. They had 9 seconds left. And lefty coach Charles Giselle is up talking to officials saying, hey, I wanted a timeout. But they didn't say it, the players didn't call it. I'm very surprised that they didn't call a timeout.
That is John E. DuPont.
Hey kids, interested in improving your game or just having fun? Come to the Rollie Massimino basketball camps this summer. You don't have to be an all-star, just have the desire to play and learn from some of the greats in basketball. There's individual instruction, drills, and game time every day. For more information on the Rollie Massimino basketball camps, call 215-645-4140. That's 215-645-4140.
Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, mein Name ist Malte Ziegenhagen und ich komme aus Berlin, Deutschland. Ich mache meinen Abschluss in Betriebswirtschaftslehre an der Northwood University. Ich fühle mich sehr geehrt, den Florida Campus zu repräsentieren. Oh, that wasn't English, right? Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen. My name is Malte Ziegenhagen, a native from Berlin, Germany, majoring in business management on the Northwood Florida campus. First and foremost, I'm honored to represent Northwood Florida campus, but more so to introduce you to one of the most outstanding, inspiring men I've met in my life. Many of you probably ask yourself, how can a basketball coach be a business leader? Coach Massimino has managed success just like any other CEO of a company. His coaching philosophy is that every company or sports team must have an identity to be successful. For Coach Massimino, this identity is family. Just like many other coaches, money has never driven him to be the coach he is today. It is the relationships with people and the many players that he still keeps in touch with to this date. Just this season, I and my teammates had the rare opportunity to play Villanova University in a televised exhibition game for the 30th anniversary of the 1985 NCAA National Championship. Everybody from that team was present at the game and comes down to Florida every year to see Coach and Northwood play basketball. Just like any other company cannot be successful without its employees at the bottom of the pyramid, a team cannot be successful without its 11th and 12th player at the end of the bench. If you look past that he's currently the oldest basketball coach, one of only 3 coaches that won a national championship plus 700 wins, past the several Coach of the Year awards, his induction to the National Basketball Hall of Fame, turning down NBA coaching opportunities, and his national championship with Villanova University, and not to forget, the National Playboy Coach of the Year. You can find a beloved man that does anything for his family. Before every practice, we sit down, and Coach Massimino gives us the thought of the day. There was one quote that has really inspired me since to thrive for the best I can be on and off the court. When adversity strikes, the true guy comes out. Tonight, we have the rare opportunity to be witness of his legacy. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Northwood University, I would like you to join me in congratulating and recognizing the 2015 Northwood Outstanding Business Leader, Rollie Massimino.
I'm not even going to thank him. Now I find out why we've lost 4 games by a total of 8 points. He never understood English. I'm trying to diagram on a blackboard what to do, and he's going to be, yeah. Well, I want to thank you all for coming, obviously. But President Pretty came to me tonight, and we chatted a little bit, and I said to him, President Pretty, you know we lost today at the buzzer once again, and I've been to 10 OBLs, and this is the first loss that we've had in 10 years during OBL night. So don't try to give me this award again, because I'm not going to accept it. That's it. This is the last time. I first would like to thank Christian Stayauer and, of course, President Pretty and his lovely wife, Gretchen, for giving me the opportunity to be a part of Northwood University. I came back down to Florida and knew a couple of people at Northwood University and thought I could just go around and talk to people and have some fun. And the next thing I knew, I was asked to be the basketball coach in Northwood. I asked, where's your gym? We don't have any. Do you have any uniforms? No, we don't have any. Well, what we did was we had 6 kids, and we practiced outside on the tennis courts. And from there, we went to the Jewish Community Center when it rained, so that we would have a few minutes to practice and play some basketball. Well, needless to say, we came in contact with some wonderful young men. And there's so many people I would like to thank here at Northwood for giving me this opportunity, because I didn't want to play golf every single day. I wanted the opportunity to be around young people. And this was no better situation than could be handled on my part. You know, I think that there's another group that I must thank, and that is my assistant coaches who've been so wonderful, okay? My former players here at Northwood. I want you folks to know that you're gonna have, I predict, 2 or 3 OBLs in the next 20 to 30 years. I have 10 of my players here tonight, and that to me is special. Having the opportunity to graduate from Northwood University is even more important. And having people good people, as I've tried to teach them, that good things happen to good people. And that's the kind of kids we've had over the years. I do want to thank, most especially, my wife Mary Jane and 2 of my children that are here, because she's the one that said, and she had to make that decision to come to Northwood and coach basketball because she thought I was going to retire. But it said to me, I don't want to have lunch with you every day, so you better go down to Northwood. So, now I've been blessed with so many mentors, so many people that I've admired over the years. It has made me think and understand the word networking is so important in anybody's life. And I've spent hours all night long in 3 or 4 instances, going to clinics, sitting down with people that are very, very honored and successful in our profession of basketball, which is really a business. And basketball, athletics is really a business today. I don't know if you ever saw an article in the newspaper just about 3 or 4 days ago. I believe it was in the USA Today, and listed all the coaches in the country, okay, that are making X amount of dollars per win. I think the Duke coach makes like $287,000 every win he has. The guy that took my place, my assistant coach and wonderful friend, Jay Wright, all right, makes $75,000 for every win. I made about 50 cents for every win I had. But you know, it couldn't have been any better, my journey to where what we've gone through and where we are today. I would not trade anything, okay, for being a part of any other business. By the way, Jim, I don't want to sell cars. All right? Forget about it. I don't want to sell cars. But I want to be around young people. I want to be around people that are vibrant, are successful, are opportunity to be successful, are enjoyable, and make commitments. And they have the last word when they play. And that is being competitive. I want kids that really, really want to be competitive. And you know, I use the expression mountain, see a mountain. And I want to just tell you exactly how I brought that up. I tell my players, some see a mountain. Some see a mountain and want to climb it. Some see a mountain and want to climb it or else. That's the kind of guy I want. I want the guy that's the or else, that would give anything that they could to be a good person, graduate from Northwood, and enjoy their life skills throughout their total commitment in life. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Hi, folks. This evening we're going to talk about the fun part of the game, and that is shooting the basketball. I'm here tonight with my man Dwight Wilbur, who's one of the better shooters on our basketball team. In doing so, let's demonstrate, Dwight, exactly how to do it. There are probably 4 key points in shooting the ball. Basically, once again, his eyes are glued directly to the basket. He's aiming to put the ball right up over that front rim. The second part are his knees. Once again, knee flex position. The third part is his release. Why don't you just shoot a few, Dwight, to see how we release the basketball. He releases, and now the fourth point is his follow-through. Watch his hand. His right hand is ending up like a swan as he releases the ball. Oh my God, I didn't think you could make that many, Dwight. Good job.
Villanova 66, Georgetown 64. Cats with the basketball. It's inbounded to Dwayne McClain, and the clock goes off, and that is it. Cinderella wears the glass slipper. The Villanova Wildcats are the champions of college basketball. The final score, Villanova 66, Georgetown 64.
Good memories. Rollie Massimino, 82 years old, still going strong. He's a long way from cutting down the nets with Villanova in 1985. Spent some time at UNLV coaching, at Cleveland State. He's still doing it. He's going for career win number 800, now as coach of Kaiser University in the Fort Lauderdale area, where he's been there for the last 10 years.
Yeah, he said before taking this job he was playing at least 50 holes of golf a day, but he got tired of yelling at former Pistons coach Chuck Daly. So he says, I love coaching, and I love the kids.
I heard the old saying that it isn't whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. I think it may be more accurate to say that winning isn't everything, but it sure beats coming in second. seriously, this is your day. You know the people of Philadelphia are proud of you. Your families are proud of you. And today I just want you to know that all of your countrymen join your family and friends in applauding your achievements. So God bless each one of you, and thank you very much for being here.
Mr. President, friends, this is really a pleasure. In fact, I'm probably more nervous than you saw all of us running up and down that bench during the course of that Georgetown game. But even though you're a Hoya fan, we would like to make you an honorary Wildcat. This is certainly a tremendous opportunity for all of us, our families, the players, Jake Nevin, whom you brought out, and everybody else associated with the Villanova family. Again, I want to sincerely thank you. This just culminates the total dedication and all the hard work that these young men have done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And it looks like Kaiser's going to win. And it looks like Raleigh's going to get win 800. Way to go, Rollie. How does it feel?
Well, I don't know. It's just another day in the gym. But I'm so pleased to be a part of a situation like this because we have wonderful basketball players, student athletes here at Kaiser University, which is wonderful. I have a family with them and a family with my family, and we mold each other together, and I try to make the kids grow until they become people that are ready to mature into our society.
Just tremendous, and the kids certainly appreciate playing under a legend who has so much to give. What a basketball mind, as you can see. 9th head coach to win 800 games. He's got a national title. He's got plenty of experience. He has coached 1,255 games over 41 seasons, 5 different programs. Of course, that famous win in 1985 that many would regard as the biggest upset, biggest surprise in college basketball history.
Sometimes it doesn't always happen that we get out what we put in. We were going to win the national championship, all right, didn't happen. But that's all right. Basketball is basketball. Graduation is more important. That's what it's all about. All my kids still say, love you, Coach. I think that's very important to me. The idea is to become the best you can be and have an association with kids that you can help and have fun with the rest of your life. We had a wonderful experience. We've been very successful here and had a lot of fun. I'll take that opportunity a couple more times, if possible.